Miller Homes Group is proud to bring you MHG Life. We have miles of coastline, big cities, small towns, wide open spaces in West Texas, the piney woods of East Texas, massive ranches to intimate little condos in cities, a proud history and heritage, and a future that's brighter than most states. This is MHG Life. Hi, this is Terry Miller and welcome to MHG Life. We're proud that you joined us. We're going to be talking about real estate throughout Texas, but today we're going to be focusing on East Texas. I have Ashley Rawls.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Ash. What are you doing?
Not much. Just hanging out.
Welcome back again.
Thank you.
It's great. We get to get in here, and these are things you and I are comfortable with.
Absolutely.
And we always, and I'm going to do this. Bob's going to go nuts, but I'm going to do this. We always talk about. I always write down bullet points that we want to get across. Well, this is what it is for sellers. I didn't write anything down because we know exactly from going through it. We're in a very competitive market.
Very.
Okay? But there's still things sellers need to do to make their house more presentable.
Absolutely.
So let's go over a few things.
Some of the biggest things for us is just making sure that everything is neat and clean. Take away all the clutter, especially for the professional pictures that we have done, because you're having so many people now search online from out of state. And so those first pictures are key to getting people in the house or getting people interested in the house. So even little stuff like when we go into a kitchen, everything comes off the countertops. We all have clutter. You can put it back. You can live in your house. But for pictures and for showings and getting the best environment, that's the first thing that we recommend people do.
I've seen you and your team, and granted, my name's on the door at Miller Homes Group, but you coach other agents outside of your team. We don't do anything but professional photography.
Correct.
On even the least expensive, we treat them like they're $1 million customers.
I do.
Y'all take the best pictures. For lack of a better word, you want whoever the buyer's looking at, you want it to be sexy when they look at it.
Exactly.
Okay.
We want it to just pop right from the get-go, because if you lose that first few weeks of interest because you have dark pictures or bad pictures, and
iPhone pictures.
And we've all done it at some point in our
career.
Yeah,
we used to do it.
But it's a massive difference, and we started seeing a huge difference when we switched to professional photographer as far as turnaround times and sale times. So it made a big difference.
So what we want to do is we want to make sure your yard's clean. We want to make sure that these are things that you can either do for nothing.
Exactly.
Or little cost. Let's make sure it's power washed. Make sure your AC serviced. Make sure everything works as it should in the house. Make sure it's clean and decluttered. Get the family pictures off the wall. And if you take down a picture and there's a shadow behind it, we probably need to paint that room.
Yeah, absolutely. Or put it back up there.
put it back up there. Yeah, exactly. And we understand there are some houses that are out of date.
Sure.
But everything still works. There's a market for those.
Absolutely. First of all, there's a lot of investors out there who have been hungry for 3 years because of the lack of inventory. So they're coming back strong with a lot of the houses that aren't updated, and that they can still, find a way to update them and make a profit.
I don't compete with you guys, don't compete with the agents, but I was with one of our newer agents the other day, and I was looking at a house that hadn't been updated since the 80s. Everything worked perfect. Everything was spotless clean. I kind of enjoyed seeing this house from the fact, yes, it had deferred updates, but it had no deferred maintenance.
Exactly.
Okay? The air conditioner was new, the roof was new. All of these things were amazing. So I got to look at this with this agent and her buyer from a standpoint of the fact that it was kind of a blank palette because all the bones were truly good.
Makes a big difference.
And I call them a tax refund house.
Yep.
Because you can buy it, and every year when the couple gets their tax refund, this year we're doing the dishwasher, next year we're doing the carpet in the living room. You can go and because everything works.
Yep. When all the big stuff is done, when you've got a new roof and all the bones are still really good, it's just cosmetic.
Yeah, and we shouldn't worry too much about that.
Not at all.
And we see a lot about that. But if it, simple things like power washing, cleaning up the yard, cleaning the flower beds, that's just elbow grease.
Absolutely. Some of my most famous sellers who love to see how fast they can sell their houses, they have fresh cookies set out, they have welcome home notes, they have waters. I had one do tape measures in case you need to measure something while you're there, all as a gift to the buyers. So you can definitely go over the top on some of that and just appeal to more buyers.
You know what? That small investment got them the most for the house.
Absolutely, it did, and fast.
That's absolutely. There's some notes right there for a seller if you're trying to get top dollar for your house, courtesy of Miss Ashley Rawls and the Rawls team. We're so proud to have her at Miller Homes Group, and we're proud you're with us today at MHG Life. We'll be right back. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following.
We can show you how to save money on your insurance without sacrificing important protections for your home, auto, and more.
All you have to do is go to thegooseheadguide.com, enter your home address, and click Let's Do This.
Normally when shopping online, you get inundated with phone calls from multiple agents. Here, you get a licensed insurance professional from our local office reviewing your situation and making a qualified recommendation from within our portfolio of over 80 carrier options.
With Goosehead Insurance, FOP Agency, we know time is money, so we'll save you both.
I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com. The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
Hey folks, it's Bob Malden from Expedition Texas. Season 1, the entire season is available now on DVD, available at expeditiontexas.tv for pre-order. That's right, pre-order now, get your shipment by the end of February for the entire first season of Expedition Texas. It's all the episodes, plenty of behind-the-scenes bloopers, and some awesome special features. It's Expedition Texas Season 1, available for pre-order now at expeditiontexas.tv.
Thanks to these great sponsors for supporting MHG Life. Welcome to this week's edition of MHG Life. I'm proud to have in the studio with me today Colin Fopp. We're going to talk insurance. Hey, buddy.
The exciting topic.
Yeah, I had you on in the first episode just going over some of the important things. Today, we're getting into the really important things.
Yeah, we'll dive into the meat and potatoes.
Can I say, and I want to apologize to you for one thing, us real estate agents get it wrong. Okay, and I got to say, well, no, when it comes to insurance, we get it wrong. And every agent out there, you got agents going, not me, not me. No, I'll put my ego aside. We put them with a lender, we put them with a title company, we refer them, we do all this. But as important as getting a loan, when you're looking for a house, you better be on the phone with your insurance agent saying, hey, run what do they call it, a clue report?
Yes,
is
a
that
clue
what it is?
report.
A clue
Man, you
report?
nailed it. Absolutely.
Tell me about this house.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's a lot of things that we can look at, whenever we get the opportunity to do that. So we tell our partners in the real estate and the lending industry, the best time to involve us is during that option period.
Absolutely.
So if you can involve us in that option period, we've got some wiggle room, right?
Yeah.
So we go through the process at that point of not just shopping the insurance for the client. So we're also going to look at that clue report, which is a comprehensive loss underwriting exchange report. So this is where major carriers share data with one another about potential losses.
So it lets us know any claim that's been filed on the house.
Within the last 5 years. So it's a 5-year look back from the day that we run that report. So you can match that up with that seller's disclosure, right?
Yeah. And
Has there been a paid claim, for wind or hail?
Well, what we've run into, and you've helped us for our buyers, is they paid a roof claim 2 years ago.
Right.
It don't have a new roof on it.
That's it. You can usually tell, right?
Yeah.
That new roof versus that roof that's clearly been on the house for about 15 years.
Yeah.
And believe me, if we can tell that, then any potential home insurance carrier, when they go out to do that new business inspection, they're going to be able to tell that too. And they're going to match that up with that loss report. That's right. They're going to match that up with that loss report. And so, since that is the most common claim that we see in Northeast Texas, carriers are very careful about roof condition, especially in this current hard market that we're in. They're underwriting very, very carefully. And so they want to make sure that the risks that they're on are good risks. So that's a great time to involve us. We can also run that flood zone determination.
That got us in trouble in South Texas. Somebody did fail to disclose in a 500-year floodplain, and when they went to closing, all of a sudden the insurance agent said, wait a minute, it's another $180 a month.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, for what?
That's make or break.
The house flooded. When? What? Yeah. Whoa, what happened? And so these are things, if you involve your insurance agent with your lender right up front,
Absolutely.
You might can go, wait a minute, before we go any further, we did it, I'm going to call it an insurance inspection.
Yeah.
We did an insurance inspection of the paperwork,
Right.
and we found that they paid a roof claim for $9,000 2 years ago. Where's the roof?
Right.
And if you didn't put the roof on it, you basically committed insurance fraud.
Yeah, now's the time, right?
Now's the time. You better put it on there. And I'm not going up on the price or doing anything. You
Sure.
took the money. You've already been paid.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
carriers are not in the business of paying the same claim twice, right?
No, they don't like paying them the first time
no.
usually.
And that's not totally untrue, right?
No,
I mean,
you guys, you guys are pretty good about this fits within the requirements. It's paid now.
Right.
I've had to have, oh my God, major carriers. You know, they're unbelievable. I mean, we're talking. You can almost see a hole in the roof from a hailstorm. Everybody in the neighborhood's getting one, and there's always the one house that doesn't have a roof yet, and it's because they're fighting with the insurance company.
Yeah, that's the tough part, and it does seem to be the big national carriers that kind of seem to be the worst offenders.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, and that's the sad reality of it. But that is, important why you should have somebody advocate for you, right? You need to have an insurance advisor advocating on your behalf. And I think that's a point of difference, and we've talked about this before, between having an insurance agent and an insurance professional, and between working with an independent agent such as ours, with Goosehead, versus working with a captive like State Farm, Farmers, or Allstate, right? They've got that one option. They're employed by their carrier, whereas we are employed by our clients and our
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I had Allstate for years, and I'll never use them again.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, it was the most horrible experience when I finally had to have a claim. It was the most horrible experience I ever had in my life. Lawyers had to get involved. It was terrible.
Yep.
And it's just not worth it. We'll go over some of the things that we always get in Texas. Hail, tornadoes, hurricanes, ice, snow, heat, fire, floods, and I'm missing about a million calamities.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of calamities.
But these are things that we're going to have in Texas.
Yeah.
And for us, it's Texas.
That's right. We're a very unique state, right? So there's a lot of perils that carriers here have to deal with, and as time has gone on, carriers have started to kind of eliminate some of the things that they want to be responsible for.
Sure.
So again, it's our job to educate the client to make sure that they understand their policy. More so that they understand what's not going to be covered. There's a lot of confusion sometimes between what's homeowner's insurance and what's home warranty. The homeowner's insurance is not responsible for wear and tear, defect, and deterioration.
No.
We're responsible for those perils that you talked about. But flood insurance is not covered under a Texas homeowner's policy.
It's separate. It's a separate rider.
Separate coverage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like an earthquake policy in California. You got to buy these things separately, and if you buy on the coast in Texas,
well, it's like
you
the coast.
have to have a wind policy.
Yeah, you have to have a wind policy if you're down there. Yeah, if you're living in Galveston, you have to have a wind policy, and they just attach those. But the nice thing I got about when I bought insurance from you,
right?
I didn't want to read this much.
No.
Okay. I'm like, okay, hit me the highlights. And you're like, this is covered, this is covered, this is covered, this is covered. This isn't covered, that isn't covered. This, you got so much coverage for that. And you said, Terry, here's what I want to do if you can. I'd like to put an umbrella, and this is all it's going to cost you a year.
Right.
And that catches this or that or this or that. And I went, well, that'd be an idiot not to do that. And you went, well, I'm not going to say that, but kind of.
Right.
Okay. And so we just kind of went with it.
Sure.
And you took my dollar figure and you figured out a way to protect me the best.
That's it. Yeah. So we like for our clients to kind of have a budget in mind on what they want to spend, and let's build as much protection into that as possible. And an umbrella is great because it gives you that additional layer of liability protection over all your underlying policies. That auto policy, that home policy. If you got a boat to enjoy on the lakes out here, a jet ski, motorcycle, ATVs for hunting, those kind of things. I mean,
wife doesn't allow me to have any of that stuff anymore.
But that's the part where we can come in and at least advise you on what your options are, so you understand and have clarity on those things. And we always try and provide an exceptional level of education for our clients. I think that's a good point of difference, and that's where we spend a little more time.
Personal note.
Yes.
You have a beautiful wife.
Thank you.
Tell me about the family.
My way out kicked my coverage on that one.
Oh yeah. Trust me, brother.
We've got Crystal and I have 2 little girls, not so little anymore.
No, they're gorgeous though.
Yeah. Colleen's 8. Caitlin is 13 now, going into 8th grade.
Oh my gosh.
13 going on 30.
Oh yeah, you're done.
And then I have an older son, Matthew, that's 23. He's finishing up at Texas A&M. He's getting married in December. So
I got an Aggie in the house.
I know. I didn't raise them to be an Aggie. So,
well, you know,
breaking my heart, but that's okay. It's a great school.
Bloodline has to come from two parents.
Well,
so you just blame it on the other one.
Listen, my dad told me when I met Crystal, he said, "Son, she's double cherry pie."
Yeah.
And so I told Matthew the same thing when he met Natalie. I said, "She's double cherry pie."
Yeah.
So you go on down to A&M.
Yeah.
If you want to be with her. So he made a good decision. That's a pattern of good decisions that we make.
Yeah, I've got an Aggie that went on to U of H Law School, so that's where that goes. And so you just they have a network like it's unbelievable. And to get married, dude,
Aggies
congratulations! That is just fantastic.
Hopefully, it doesn't make me a grandpa anytime.
Well, I'm that. Yeah, I'm a grandpa, and trust me, it's the most enlightening experience you'll ever have, and it's really fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to earn your right.
Yeah.
Right. You get to spoil them and then give them back.
Oh yeah, you give them an espresso and a kitten and send them home. You know, they're amazing. But I have a lot of grandkids because I kind of Ashley can probably tell you I adopt most of the kids that come into the place. So it's we want everyone to feel like family at our place.
Sure.
And yours is the same way. Every time I've been to a function, you treat everybody like family.
Well, that's what's great. You know, we have a lot of people that move to Texas from other states, and Texas is just a real friendly state. You know, everybody says howdy down here.
Yep.
You know, they give you a smile.
Yep.
You know, and we can be personable and professional at the same time. So I think that's what makes the East Texas area especially, just a real great place to live.
Texas has an amazing, I mean, you've got some of the biggest industries in the world.
Absolutely.
Of course, Musk is moving in, you know, doing everything he can. Dallas, metropolitan,
They're
lots
flocking
of tech.
here.
Houston, you got industrial, oil and gas. I mean, it is absolutely amazing.
But it's a unique state for insurance, and you know, you really have to, you know, do your due diligence, and I think it is important to, you know, work with an advocate.
It's a pleasure to have you on today.
Absolutely. Thank you, my friend.
And I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. Yeah.
Thank you for joining MHG Life, and we'll be back in just a second. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following. I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com.
We can show you how to save money on your insurance without sacrificing important protections for your home, auto, and more.
All you have to do is go to thegooseheadguy.com, enter your home address, and click Let's Do This.
Normally when shopping online, you get inundated with phone calls from multiple agents. Here, you get a licensed insurance professional from our local office reviewing your situation and making a qualified recommendation from within our portfolio of over 80 carrier options.
With Goosehead Insurance, FOP Agency, we know time is money, so we'll save you both.
The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
Hey folks, it's Bob Malden from Expedition Texas. Season 1, the entire season is available now on DVD, available at expeditiontexas.tv for pre-order. That's right, pre-order now, get your shipment by the end of February for the entire first season of Expedition Texas. It's all the episodes, plenty of behind-the-scenes bloopers, and some awesome special features. It's Expedition Texas Season 1, available for pre-order now at expeditiontexas.tv.
Thanks to these great sponsors for supporting MHG Life. Welcome back to MHG Life. This week's town we're going to talk about is Palestine, Texas. It has an amazing historic downtown area. Bob Malden is going to bring you some information on that.
For decades, Palestine, Texas has been a prime destination for travelers who love nature, historic architecture, art, music, and, of course, some excellent East Texas food. If you want a sample of everything that Palestine has to offer in a short amount of time, you can't go wrong with one of Palestine's annual festivals that take over the Main Street District. At celebrations like this, local businesses, vendors, artists, and other special guests are all working together to make sure you'll never run out of things to do, see, or eat while you're in Palestine. But the kind of teamwork between businesses that it takes to host these events doesn't happen by accident, and that's where this Palestine organization comes in.
My name is Heather Chancellor, and I'm the President CEO of the Palestine Area Chamber of Commerce. The Palestine Area Chamber of Commerce likes to get together like-minded businesses so that we can grow our businesses, help the community through community events and outreach. We like to do networking opportunities such as Breakfast Boom and Business and Lunch Bunch so that we're rotating through different chamber member businesses and restaurants, but it gives them an opportunity to know each other, so they're constantly thinking of ways to create referral partners for each other.
And those fantastic festivals we mentioned earlier, the first one each year celebrates the renowned dogwood blooming season that folks across the globe have visited Palestine to witness in person. In fact, it's the longest running dogwood festival in the Lone Star State.
In March, we always host the Dogwood Festival. We have a massive festival downtown. We shut down historic downtown, 9 to 12 city blocks full of vendors and artists. It's a lot of fun. Of course, we always have a parade. Palestine loves a parade.
Later on in the year, the Chamber of Commerce puts together another massive festival that offers barbecue, salsa, and spicy food lovers plenty of heat as the fall season cools things down a bit.
In the fall, we get to do the Hot Pepper Festival. And again, we're shutting down historic downtown, and we have all kinds of spicy vendors coming into town. There's always a wing eating contest, there's music at all of the events, and it's just a great time to showcase Palestine and what we have to offer.
Speaking of historic downtown Palestine, welcome to Broken Boutique, a unique fashion destination in downtown Palestine, Texas. Owned and operated by the dynamic mother-daughter duo, Megan Mosley and Janie Richmond. Established in 2015, Broken Boutique has a special mission, using fashion as a platform to reach people for Jesus and be a blessing to the Palestine community.
We got started with Broken Boutique in 2015. The Lord really laid it on my heart to open up a business that's faith-based, that gave back to the community, that also offered us a place of freedom.
Megan and Janie's passion for fashion, unique styles, and helping people in Palestine find the perfect outfit that makes them feel great about themselves sets Broken Boutique apart. Their genuine desire is for every person in Palestine who visits Broken Boutique to feel loved, cared for, and heard.
And a desire of ours through this process was we want people to feel differently when they leave, whether they're in need or just feeling, having a hard time.
Broken Boutique believes in the power of transformation. They believe that broken things can be transformed into beautiful things with God's healing.
We just really believe that broken things can be blessed things if we let the Lord do the mending.
Their commitment to the Palestine community goes beyond their fashionable offerings. Broken Boutique has impacted Palestine in various ways, such as hosting events like the recent teacher event.
We hosted an event at a local church, invited all the local teachers and school staff to come for us to love on them, totally free, offer them discounts, fashion tips.
Not only do they provide a warm and welcoming atmosphere at Broken Boutique, but they also contribute to the growth and success of other businesses in the area. A typical business might consider other boutique clothing stores as competitors, but Megan and Janie see the rest of the local businesses near them as collaborators who share the same goals. At Broken Boutique in downtown Palestine, you'll find specialty items that set them apart, including their popular devotionals, quirky brand shoes, and curated selection of modest fashion for fabulous women.
Our specialty items that we are known for would be our devotionals that are really good. I mean, a lot of people come in, they see us posting our devotionals, and definitely our shoes, because we carry quirky brand shoes.
If you're looking for a shopping experience that goes beyond the ordinary, Broken Boutique on Main Street in downtown Palestine, Texas is the place to be. Discover fashion, inspiration, and a community that will make you feel right at home.
Thank you, Bob. I'm back with Colin, and now we get into the fun part. Ashley, we talked about how to be a better seller and things like that. I got to talk to you about weird claims.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple, because we got a couple minutes to kind of finish off here, but give me one that you got that maybe you ended up paying or whatever, but it just shocked you how it went.
Well, I'll tell you, the tough part, especially in our current insurance environment, auto insurance is just a different animal, right? Because
absolutely.
auto policies are very broad.
Oh, yeah.
They cover a lot of things, including stupidity, right?
Yeah.
We had a client that was parked near one of the hospital systems here locally in Tyler, right? There's a sign on both ends of the street. It says, "This area floods, do not park here." But the employees park there every time. You wouldn't know it right now in the middle of the summer, but we do get rain here.
Oh, yeah.
And a considerable amount in the spring. And we actually had 2 clients that were employees of the hospital system that parked there one day. Bright, beautiful, sunny day. You would never think there was anything that was going to happen. And we just had one of those spring thunderstorms come through.
Where we get 2 inches of rain in 30 minutes.
Yeah, 2 inches of rain in just about that time, right? And you know, even though the sign said don't park here, both those cars flooded, as did all the cars that were parked there.
Both the ones you insured
both sides
flooded,
of the street full of cars. Those cars flooded. But you know what? Insurance pays that, right? So insurance even covers stupidity sometimes.
Isn't that a great phone call to get? I was stupid, can you help me?
Yep, they said, "I knew better." Do you think the company's going to pay? Yes, they did. You know, we also see clients that they'll call, "Hey, I got a 16-year-old getting ready to drive. Not a fun time. I'm going to have 2 of those around the same time. 2 teenage daughters that are driving around the same time."
Thanks for the warning.
So listen, I'm going to start saving now.
Yeah.
Because I know what that looks like when we estimate that for people. Sometimes they get a little sticker shock, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But the worst thing that we see is when they just go, "You know what? I know it's going to be expensive." Maybe they've been down this road before, and so they just don't tell us.
Yeah.
They just don't tell us about that youthful driver. And then we'll have something happen, and they'll make that phone call. "Well, I have bad news. I've got a 17-year-old, and they've been driving for about a year, but I just didn't tell you about them." Well, guess what? The insurance company's still going to cover that claim, but guess what else?
You're going to drop you.
Yeah, they're going to drop you, or at that point, they are forcing that youthful operator onto that policy immediately.
Yeah,
So
with a rate increase.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Thank you, Colin, for joining us today, and thank you for joining us at MHG Live. We look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com.